Okay, last thought I wanted to say was I had a lot of fun with Rand after the tournaments that we played. We just got dinner and boba and like talked. Yeah, I feel like it's always nice to have conversations with him. I just think he's really like smart and perceptive and thoughtful. Just like thinks interesting things and topics. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but one thing that I wanted his perspective on was the feeling that I have about being super like ignorant and just like not knowing what's going on, especially with like world events or like politics or all these things that I like think are important that everyone should be in the know of, and I'm just like not. And he was saying like there used to be this thing called the Renaissance man where these people would know everything about everything that existed, and he's saying now in our world that's like impossible because there's so much information out there. So what you need to do is know who to defer to that is like the expert of what you need to learn more about. So if you're like voting, you can do the research, but also if you just like defer to someone that you trust and like has done the research, that's totally valid too. Yeah, it's like he doesn't look down on me or judge me for like not knowing a lot of things, like a lot of internet lingo or terminology or just like politics, and he's never like judging me for not knowing. And I feel like I judge myself for not knowing things because I think that people will judge me, and so I'm very like in a way shameful of my ignorance. But I think like I love living in a way ignorantly because ignorance is bliss. Like the less you know, I feel like the happier you are in some regards. And I don't know, I feel like I spend my life doing things that I love to do. I don't want to like read books or listen to podcasts or blah blah blah, and sometimes I do, but a lot of the times I don't want to, and sometimes I force myself to do these things because I think it's like important to be this way or knowledgeable, to be just like an upstanding citizen. But it's like, does it really matter? Like, yeah, I don't know. And so when he was like, yeah, you just have to like defer to people that know more about that, like that's totally fine. And so I don't need to feel like I need to know everything because it's literally impossible in the world that we live in today when information and knowledge is just like so much. There's so much information and abundance of everything that you can't know everything. And now I'm just like thinking about all these other things that I talked about last night that I thought were super interesting that I kind of like want to like vlog about just to remember them, which is really silly. I don't know, maybe not that silly, but yeah. Okay, last thing, I swear, but I asked Rand, I was like, why do you think you are this way, that you're so like in a way easy to talk to and so like empathetic and like sensitive to other people's like thoughts and emotions? I don't know if that makes sense. I just like talking to him because I feel like he's so considerate of like other people and like sensitive to other people's feelings, but still says what he wants to say and gets to the point, which I feel like is what I aspire to be like and what I try to be like. And he was like, oh, I feel like it's a manifestation in a way of his depression. Okay, sorry if I kind of outed you to the world by saying that on my vlog. It's fine. But I was like, dang, I think you're right, because I feel like my whole like ordeal about needing to be super considerate and appreciative and like also consider people's feelings almost to a fault, I think is also in a way a manifestation of my own like anxiety and thoughts and issues. And that got me thinking about how all of the other people that I think are also, you know, have this characteristic that I'm trying to like highlight are also in a way like super depressed, which is kind of sad. But then this got us talking about, or like another thing that we talked about was how like someone else told me that they think a lot of like tech workers that are like super intelligent and quick and smart are probably like on the spectrum and like somewhat autistic, which I kind of believe, because I feel like I high-key have ADHD or some fucking issue in the brain, and I think like Rand in a way does too, because like both of us will do this thing where we'll like think about all the different possible options and like all the outcomes and all the things that you should consider, which I think makes me in a way like a good and meticulous like software engineer, I guess, but also makes me kind of fucking like crazy in the head in a way. Oh my god, all these like pigeons are circling right now and I don't know why. yeah, I just thought it was interesting because I was like, Rand, I feel like you don't fit the mold of men that I like talking to, because they're one, either gay, or two, like all of their friends are women and not necessarily gay, I guess. Yeah, then he kind of admitted to me that all his friends are kind of women, or he's more likely to get along with women than men. And then I'm like, oh, I couldn't really tell. Like, I feel like he could kind of get along with everyone, but I think he himself admits or identifies as someone who, yeah, does tend to get more along with women, or is more likely to if he were to like meet a random man or woman. Anyways, I'm done rambling and thinking, but it's just like so peaceful here, and I kind of feeling the vibe. I'm literally in an empty Costco parking lot. Okay, I'm going to go home now and edit all of my thoughts into my vlogs. I'm so behind. Oh, okay, bye.